Hey there, Karen with Ageless Beauty Pro here, and licensed esthetician and skincare junkie, like a lot of you out there. In this video, I want to cover the different devices and what they do and don't do, and a little comparison on those for all of you wanting to do DIY and or some in-office treatments. So the first device that I want to talk about is something that's very popular. It's really popular for skin tightening, and it is the radio frequency, the RF. Now, these radio frequency devices that are in office, that are, a lot of them are combined with microneedling now, and various treatments are like Thermage and Ultherapy and things like that. Those are for deep collagen induction, deep, they go very deep, and they're going to cause a lot of micro wounds, and that's going to cause essentially like a lot of little scars that are going to tighten as they heal, and that's what will help with the tightening on the neck, jawline, various areas. Now, I have had Thermage treatments a couple of times. Not a huge fan of that. It's not that it doesn't work. I would say Thermage and any other kind of RF treatment is, number one, painful. Not gonna lie, you've heard that they're painful. They're painful. They can be very uncomfortable to downright painful. Number two, they do take a while to see results. Like, you're gonna see some instant result, but then as that healing process goes on, that's when you're going to see a result in tightening. Number three, they're pricey. You need to have them done in office for them to be effective. At-home devices that are RF, they're going to help be an adjunct to an in-office treatment, but they are not a replacement for an in-office treatment. They just do not get in there deep enough and hot enough. You need a skilled practitioner that knows what they're doing with these things, because you could seriously burn yourself. So, and some of them aren't regulated as well as some of the in-office treatments. So, you can do these at home. I had a tripolar stop RF device that I used for a long time. Wouldn't say it was bad, wouldn't say it was great. It's a nice adjunct to doing other treatments. And I would say that number four, it's just not something that's it didn't give me like amazing results. Like, I felt like if I'm going to go through the time and the expense and the pain and all, the waiting, I wanted even more significant results than what I got. Now, granted, I was quite a bit younger when I had these done, and maybe I just didn't need, I wasn't going to see the incredible improvement, because I do find that, if you're 35, why? What are you doing this stuff for, really? Some of it doesn't need to happen for at least another 10 years until you really have that laxity forming for the tightening to happen. So I would say with other devices, if you're younger, they're good. Some of these things like RF, I just don't think you're ready for it at that age. So, 45 plus, you're going to see better results. And it can be really nice in the neck area and under the jawline. It doesn't really give you that sort of, replacement for facelift type of result. That's my experience. If you're different, then, good for you, really. But that's just my experience. I think it's very pricey, and it's painful, and I just didn't get that, wow, yay result. So next, and it's not DIY. I hate that it's not DIY. I'm looking for DIY now. This was back when DIY wasn't really so much of a thing. There were a few things out there, but not like we have now. Not like we have now. So I'm looking for DIY because I think, truthfully, it's just, I'm not going to come on here with, you know, a ton of Botox and filler and, you know, facelifts and treatments and then tell you some serum works and did it all. It's just, it's not true. And I think that's inauthentic. And I want you to have the truth about if you want to get some filler and you want that to just be a little bump up on what you're doing at home, fantastic. I'm all for that. But you know, if you're going to just do the whole thing, you've really got to do the skincare too, because, you know, I know you've seen these people, they're like older and they haven't really done the skincare, but they've got these, you know, strangely plumped faces and lips and, you know, what I call the movie theater forehead that looks real, you know, just like ultra smooth. It doesn't move. It's kind of waxy looking. I'm not a big fan of that look. Some people, you know, are fine. I'm a little more of the natural and do what I can. And then if you want just a little bump once or twice a year, then you need a lot less. It's a lot less expensive and it looks so much more natural. Like you're really just aging well versus that sort of, you know, whoa, what's going on? You've got a lot going on there. So if you keep all that skincare going all year and you do some of these treatments, then going for that in-office procedure is just going to make you look just a little bit better and it's all going to look more natural. So I digress. Next treatment, next device. First is the RF. Second one I would recommend as a DIY, and this is an ultrasound device, and you may or may not be familiar with it. It is the Time Master Pro device, and that is what we refer to as the TMP. This has a very deep ultrasound level, professional level regeneration that goes on with this device. You feel it. It is a DIY. You can use it at home 2 times per week. It really gets in there and stimulates those cells. It regenerates, detoxifies, clears out a lot of the, you know, the crud, the lymph and the drainage and all of that. Gives you a nice, like if you've seen my TMP video before and after, gives you that real nice sort of contour, you know, plumping, where if you're flat completely, this is going to help kind of suck those contours out just a little bit. If you have a lot of collagen in your face and it's kind of going south, which was my problem, this kind of helps lift it up and bring these contours up just a little bit more. It's great in the temple area, fantastic around the mouth and lips. If you don't have filler, if you have a lot of filler, you know, avoid this at least till its half-life. I like to avoid it at least until the half-life of filler. So if your filler lasts 6 months, don't start doing devices really until the 3-month mark. I mean, why? You've got filler, right? So I say avoid those filler areas anyway. So the ultrasound device, the TMP, is really nice for redensifying and plumping, regenerating, detoxifying, and it's got the LED function. So it's got the red light, which is a collagen boost, which I always use around my mouth and my forehead. And then it's got the multi-light and the multi-light flashing, my favorite setting by far, because it has all the lights going at once and it gives you a wonderful bright glow to your skin. It really brightens you up immediately, like instantly within the 10-minute treatment. There is a green setting, which is for brightening, and then the blue setting is a more detoxifying, anti-acneic. If you have problem skin, you would want to use that. So, or hold that blue light over like any little breakouts that you might have to help those clear up. So that ultrasound device is excellent if you need to really sort of replump up your layers, your skin and your contours. If you've got sunken areas or you've got something like a lot of wrinkles, a lot of, you're just starting to get the cross hatching and the deep lines setting in. This can help kind of suck those out. Now it's not going to, be like a laser where you just burn everything off and start fresh. That's an in-office treatment. But if you have that done, this is a great treatment to really keep your skin looking beautiful at home. That's if you have deep sun damage. Anything else, you've been doing the work, your skin looks pretty good, but your contours are just kind of falling or sinking, the TMP is going to kind of help plump them out. The next device, and this is my go-to and has been for over a decade, not this particular device, but other devices, is microcurrent. You're probably familiar with it. Love it. It is the quickie go-to treatment. If I don't have time for a lot of other things, whip up my mini, do a quick treatment. It's going to help sort of define this. When this starts getting kind of poochy and filled with fluid, it can help define that a little bit. It can really, the mini is set especially I like because it has the dual probes. I don't like, the big ball probes and the single probe. I'm not sure what that is. True microcurrent has probes, the dualities, and you can really get in there and sculpt with those. And this mini has those little probes, and here it is right here. And so you can see, you can kind of get in there and lift and sculpt with those. I like to do the corners of my mouth because our corners do tend to turn down as we age. So doing that and lifting those up is really nice. You can lift around the mouth, the lips, kind of give a little bit of a bottom lip spill. This isn't going to be like filler, but it is going to help. Definitely do your eyes and lift those. You can use this all the way around your eye real quickly, like in a circle like that, to really help detoxify some of that sinus and get the drainage going. Same here. It really will help kind of reduce that in that area. Also feathering. This is a great device for doing the feathering on any lines that you have around your mouth, lines on your forehead, between your eyes, the 11th, around your eyes. Just give yourself a real quick treatment with this. Again, you need your conductive gel and you need to keep it moist with the mist and do your treatment like that. You can do your neck. This is a great device to have around for those treatments. And this is microcurrent, which is a microcurrent. It's got that current, but it's in a very small amount. It is for home use. This is meant to be used as an adjunct to your in-office treatments. So if you go for a really nice full-length microcurrent treatment, and those are wonderful if you've ever had one, this is going to help keep those results going at home. Now, if you don't do that, you can still get really nice results with this particular device. My advice for using this would be about 3 times a week. You can do 4, 5 times even. I like to do it maybe a good 20-minute treatment 2 to 3 times a week. I'm watching TV at night, I'll get it out and do it. And then if I need like a quickie 5-minute lift, because what this causes is muscle memory. Now, this is going to help not work your skin so much as the first 2 treatments that I discussed. This is for your muscles. This works the underlying muscle of your facial structure. So that is why we're grabbing onto those little muscles and helping those to plump up and lift and tone. Now, if you do those treatments consistently, like 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week, when you have the time, then you can grab this device and that muscle memory will come back into play. Just like if you go to the gym and you're consistent, you've been going for a year, your muscles are nice and toned. You know, the days you don't go, they start to get a little bit lax, but the minute you pick up a weight, you've got that bicep going again, right? It's the same principle. So the minute you pick this back up, you've got that plumpness and your muscles are going to spring into action for where you've been training them to go. So this is a great tool to get a good cumulative treatment as well as a quickie little treatment. The TMP, you will start to get cumulative results. And the thing is, I get with people, they tell me, oh, you know, I'm not feeling it like I did, you know, like I used to. I've been using it for a while now and I just don't feel it. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple reasons why that is. Number one, you're used to the treatment, okay? If you're doing it at level 4 every single time, you're just going to max out faster. Now, I always tell people start with level 1 or 2, all over the face, Time Master approach we're talking about, all over the face, and then for the last minute or 2 of each side, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, so do 3 minutes, 3 minutes, the last 2 minutes on each side, do your treble zones. If you're hollowing in the temple, work on that area, around your eye. Lip, I always do my lips at the end and I really boost them up at, you know, high level. You don't need to do a super high level for the entire treatment. I find best results when I do a lower level for the whole treatment, and then the target zones, I really boost it up. And I usually change it to the red light setting for the last couple of minutes that I do that treatment. So number one, you're probably maxing out if you're not feeling it. Number two, we're still working with hormones, no matter, you know, even if we're over 50. So the hormone levels are going to change your pain threshold throughout the month. So there are times when pain and sensitivity is much higher than other times. So this is particularly true if you're, you know, pre-menopausal and your hormones are still fluctuating, and God, what a mess that is. And you can really have times when you really should not schedule treatments, dental treatments, facial treatments, medical treatments, because you will feel much more pain than other times when you will have that stunted a bit. So you can do your own research on your cycle and see when that might be best for you. But really, it's the same thing when you're doing your other treatments at home. Sometimes you're going to feel it a lot more than other times. So this could be another reason why that TMP treatment that, you know, sometimes I really feel the pull and I really feel the pulsating and the effects. And sometimes I do it and it is kind of light. Now, also, you should only be doing this a couple times a week. You do not want it, more is not better on that treatment, because you don't want to cause any kind of, you know, reverse effects. So if you're redensifying or regenerating and you're detoxifying and you're really working deep, you need to give the skin time to recover, to heal, to go through the process and let everything happen before you go in there again and try to do it all again. So just remember that with all of these things, more is not better. You know, give your skin time to heal, give your underlying muscles time, give everything just time to do what you're asking it to do, and don't be in too much of a rush. So that's a little bit about RF, ultrasound, and microcurrent, the differences of all three, who they're for. I would suggest the microcurrent treatment is the one treatment that you could do when you're, I'd say, 35, maybe even 32. You could start doing a little bit of this. You're not going to be sorry, because this is going to help keep those muscles in place throughout time. I'd say definitely 35 to 40 is an ideal time to really start using the microcurrent, and then continue that. If you are a sagger, you're going to get a lot of benefit from this tool right here. If your contours are sagging down, if you've used to have, you know, nice cheekbones and they're kind of flattening, this is going to give you the bump that you need to get those back. If you are a sinker and you've got a really nice defined jaw, you don't really have a lot of sagging per se, but you've got a lot of wrinkles, crepiness, cross-hatching going on in your skin, this device is not meant for you so much. Now, you can get a little bit of benefit out of this, but your real results are going to come from the TMP. You're also going to probably get a really nice result from a yearly laser. And this is something that you can discuss with your practitioner, something that's going to maybe give you kind of that sunburn laser where it's not super duper deep, but it's going to effectively give you that burn that's going to cause maybe a sunburn effect for 3-4 days, peel off and reveal that really nice smooth skin underneath. And then I would suggest, you know, the good skincare and the TMP at home to keep that all going. So I'd say the TMP is going to be something, this is 35 to 40, start the microcurrents. Maybe possibly even a couple years younger. I think I started when I was around early 30s with microcurrent, and I'm so glad I did, truly. TMP, you're not going to see a lot of results if you don't need the results. So if you've got nice plump contours in your skin, it's not going to do that much for you. So you're going to need to wait until you start to age and slack a little bit to really see the good results with that. And that's going to be a 40 plus. So I'd say 45 up, that's really going to, when you're going to see great results, like in your 50s or early 60s, you're going to get great results with that. But you could definitely start that about 45 and get that going, and that would be wonderful. RF, same thing. Use it when you need it. See your practitioner, see what they recommend. Again, just be aware of its caveats, but I'm not saying it's bad. I just wanted to cover it because it is a popular treatment these days, and people do ask me, you know, are there any RF tools that work at home? And believe me, if there were, I'd be all over it, but I haven't found one yet that really would give you the results that you deserve to get from an RF treatment, just simply because it wouldn't be safe, because they really shoot that heat deep into the dermis, and it just wouldn't be safe to try to do that at home yourself. So that's a little bit about all three of these modalities and what you can expect with them and when you can start using them and what they do. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your comments, questions, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching.